Now, effective communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
Have you heard the starfish story? Oh my gosh, this is an incredible story. I've got to share it with you. Some of you know it. I know. Some of you know this, but most of us don't. Most of us have not heard this story, so I'm going to share it with you because you're going to love this story, all right? So picture this. One day, a man was walking on the beach when he noticed a boy picking something up and gently throwing it back into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "What are you doing?" The youth replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The surf is up and the tide's going out, and if I don't throw them back, they'll die." "Son," the man said, "don't you realize there are miles and miles of beach and hundreds of starfish? You can't make a difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down and he picked up another starfish and he threw it back into the surf. And then he smiled at the man and he said, "I made a difference to that one." Isn't this so in life? You know, you're going to make the difference that you choose to make if you believe you can. And every time I think of these stories, they hit home. They really do hit home. And they're going to hit right back to you at home right here. I mean, it's amazing in life, you know, we're born into this world and we're completely dependent on our parents, our guardians to take care of us, to feed us, to clothe us, to change our diaper if we have one. I mean, it is just amazing how we come in this world and we're so vulnerable and people have to take care of us. And then the irony is oftentimes we feel like we go out that way too. And if you've ever had to take care of a parent or loved one who was older in life and nearing the end of their life, you have a lot of thoughts and a lot of questions that you go through. And you wonder, how do I deal with this situation? How do I communicate in this situation? How do I make a difference? So there I was having this conversation with my brother about my mother. And my mother lived on the beach down in Florida, and she'd been retired and living down there for nearly 20 years. And we were asking ourselves, you know, is she going to be okay? Is she going to be all right? Because her husband had just passed away. And we were concerned for her welfare, as anybody would be with mom, right? You love mom. And you're concerned about her welfare. So my brother and I talked, and we're like, well, he's got a place and he's got a wonderful area in his home where he could have her move in and live there in his house with he and his wife and his kids. And so he and I talked about it. He had it all planned out, and we said, well, you know, let's check it out. Let's go talk to mom and let's see what she has to say. And so I went down to Florida, and I'm visiting my mom, and my mom we get in this conversation. It's a delicate conversation, always asking your parents where they want to go and how do they want to come to grips with what happens later in life. And the good thing with my mom is that my mom she was very enthusiastic and also very logical about things. And she had prepared her will and her trust, and everything was set. And she knew what she wanted to do. And she said to me, you know, I know what I want to do. And I said, well, tell me about it. She goes, I want to stay here. I'm on a condo. I'm on a beach. I'm in Florida, and this is where I want to stay. I appreciate that you and your siblings want to take care of me and stuff. She goes, but you know what? I love it here. Come with me. And so I said, let's go. So we started going through her condo building, and she started showing me all the artwork she had done in the building. You see, because she took it on herself to be in charge of changing all the decorations every month. So whatever holiday of the month it was, she actually got the keys to all the announcement boards throughout the condo complex from the resident manager to be able to put fun stuff into these announcement boxes. So whatever the holiday was, she would put holiday motif inside of these boxes where they would do the announcements of what's going on in the condo association. So she would do this, and she would be actively involved, and people would say, hi to her, how are you, Phyllis? So great to see you. What are you doing today? Hey, can you stop by later for a drink? I'd love to sit down and chat with you for a while. Hey, what are you doing Saturday? Would you like to come over? We're gonna have dinner, and Phyllis, would you like to come to dinner with us? And oh my gosh, how are things going at the church? I know you're organizing another event for all the seniors at the church. How is that going? And one by one, all these people were coming out and just enjoying the company of my mom. And I thought, how cool is this? My mom is actively engaged. She's busy with all these people. She's got lunch appointments. She's got dinner appointments. She's got people who just want to go have a drink with her. How cool is this? She's in her 80s, and this is her life. She's fully engaged. She's taking classes at the local community college. She's going to the theater. She's engaged with everything. And I thought to myself, of course she doesn't want to be pulled away from this. Who would want to be pulled away from this great life that she's living? And so it was a great lesson my mom taught me that day is that, get busy. If you're stressed, if you're worried about what's happening in your life, get out there, get busy. Because when you're busy, you don't have time to be stressed. And if you're busy out there making things happen, you don't have time to criticize. You don't have time to complain. You don't have time. All you got is time to take positive action because you want to have a good time with other people. And if you do this like Mom did, get out there, get busy, you're going to be fine. Not only fine, you're going to be great, and you're going to have the life you deserve. Now go out there and make it happen.